There was no one on the main street, not accurate, even just regular people. Damn, this is the same as last night. I don't have any way of finding her. Right now, even though I want to see her so badly, I don't have any means. She, even though she's in so much pain, I can't help her at all. Damn it. I'm so irritated, it drives me nuts. Somehow, I did not do anything. It just went like this. I have to find her somehow, or else I can't move forward. I gasp painfully. Even though I ran all through the city, I don't see her. My body is exhausted, and I can't get enough air. I breathe harder. The scar on my chest throbs with my heartbeat. Until now, I've never hated this fragile body this much. I hungrily breathe in air. I can't find her. I won't find her just running around aimlessly like this. I struggle for breath. If I have any chance of finding her, would be I didn't expect a choice here. If I knew there was a choice here, then I would have ended the last video at this point. So I'm going to quickly save and I'll be back when I think about this. Waiting in the park isn't going to do well, I think. I'm tempted to go and rush to the same alley as last night, since that seems rather plausible as Arquid's coping mechanism at this point. And if she's not there, then we can always go to her room. So let's rush to the same alley as last night. I'll check in the alley she was in last night. If she's running away from people, that's the only place I can think of. As I have no control of my breathing, I run with all my strength from the park. My heart screams from overexertion. Ignoring it, I continue to run to find her as soon as possible. Marguerite! As soon as I get to the alley, I call out her name. You're here, aren't you? Come out, Marguerite! And in the moonlight, my solitary voice echoes in the alley. Marguerite! Please come out! There's no response. There's only an empty loneliness here. Damn! Marguerite isn't here. Then, where else is there? I can find her running around aimlessly. At this rate, I'll never see her again. No, I'm not done yet. I still haven't fulfilled my promise with Marguerite. Promise to help her defeat the vampire, and the promise to meet tonight, so we can fight together. Promise? That's right. There's still our promise. Even if it's just one-sided, even if it's just me, I'll fulfill our promise. So I guess the park was the right choice after all. I returned to the park. Our promise still remains here. Our unfulfilled promise for tonight remains here. So, if I can't break this promise, and she thinks it's important to, I agree to come back here. I can only continue to believe in her and wait here. Time passes by. The clock ticks mechanically, recording the passing of each second. I feel like I'm drowning. My body doesn't want to wait a minute longer. By the way, can we talk a second about how Shell Senpai thinks that Shiki is apparently the reincarnation of that vampire. Which, to be fair, with the name Shiki, I really did think from the first episode or first part that he was somehow not human, but somehow I have trouble doubting. I have trouble believing that he is the reincarnation. It does make sense, since he is the most obvious fit, but I still feel like he is much more of a oddity hunter in that sense that he's made, like I said earlier in earlier parts, that he's much more a weapon to fight supernatural beings than it would be weird. Since I would expect, and maybe this is just a big leap, that if people would make him into a weapon, that those people must also know about the whole reincarnation thing. They must be aware of that, and I don't think that they would ever make a reincarnation, the vessel of this vampire, into a weapon to destroy all the vampires. So it might as well be someone else close to Shiki instead. Just sitting here, waiting, seems like the utmost in idiocy. I want to run off and search for her again. But my heart is calm. Even though my body urges me to hurry, my heart remains calm. I continue waiting, staring up at the moon. It's horribly quiet. No sounds, as if the night froze everything. A quiet stillness, as if Arcuate and I were the only ones in the entire world. If I can't stay in such a place, then it isn't painful at all to wait for any amount of time. So right now, I'm drowning in bliss. Only time passes by. Just 2 hours until dawn. The day breaks. Arcuate and I will probably never see each other again. And time just passes by. And then, like a white rabbit in the snow, she unexpectedly arrives in the park. Marguerite doesn't say anything. With downcast eyes, she doesn't make a move to come closer. Marguerite, I call out to her. She doesn't respond or even look in my direction. I can't speak. I don't know what I can say to make her smile again. Right now, I feel like any words coming out of my mouth will only make her sadder. Time seems to stretch to eternity. In reality, the ticking of the clock can't have happened even close to 1,000 times. Agrid lifts her head, looking like she's watching a dream. You wouldn't go home at all, Shiki. So I came here because I couldn't leave you alone. No, I really was thinking of going back to my room. She hesitates as she speaks, but she says this in the usual cheerful manner. Of course I wouldn't go back. Didn't I say I would keep my promise? I still haven't been any help tonight. That's enough. You don't have to do that anymore. Enough? Just what's enough, Arcuate? Let's go without saying. Just as I'm a vampire and you're a human, Shiki. I didn't have any right to receive help from you. I didn't understand it earlier. And I would have ruined you if I went a bit farther. That's why. It's enough, she whispers. What are you saying all of a sudden? I was ready for that from the time I agreed to help you. I understood far better than you that you were a vampire. Knowing that, I still said I would help you. This is nothing I can agree with. Agreed, you don't need to worry about what happened earlier. You were just tired and weak. I'm an idiot. I couldn't realize your lie. You weren't in pain because of your wounds, but because of your vampiric impulses, right? Senpai told me all about it. That woman. Since when did agents from the Bureau Agency become so talkative? As with hate and morbid exhaustion, Agrid gives a deep sigh. I heard it all from Senpai, so I'll be direct. I don't see any problem, Agrid. You're in pain now, but you'll return to normal in a few days, right? So you don't need to worry. And about before, even though you were in so much pain, you held yourself back, didn't you? So it's alright. Let's just continue like we were until now. With some difficulty, Margaret smiles weakly. Chicky, you don't understand at all. It's useless to do this. Even now, I want to drink your blood. But you only think that. Then try hard and resist it. Haven't you tried so hard like that until now? That's true. Until now, I've held myself back. No, I was able to. But I guess it's useless now. Even though the only meaning for my existence is to hunt other vampires, I did a lot of extra things. If I didn't know anything, I never would have thought of wanting anything. If I didn't rely on you and pursue the enemy by myself, it would have been alright. It would have been okay if she was by herself. Is she serious? Does she seriously believe that? With such a sad face? Such a sad voice? With such a solitary appearance? And on the verge of collapse? That just pisses me off. Snap out of it, you idiot! What? Don't be ridiculous. What do you mean if you pursued the enemy by yourself, it would have been alright? Because it was impossible by yourself? Because you finally realized there are things you can't do by yourself? You ask me for help, right? Rely on me until the very end. I'll help you. No matter what happens, I'll help you, so don't look like that. Don't say those things. Finally. If you finally realize that life is fun, please don't simply give up on such happiness. Vicky, are you crying? Like hell I am. Why would I cry over you? It's just... She's saying such stupid things. Makes me so angry that my emotions are going crazy. Anyway, I'll continue searching for this vampire, okay? If you can defeat this raw guy, then you can get some rest. And everything's solved. Also, it would be weird if Shiki was this raw guy. Otherwise there wouldn't be really an antagonist to fight. There aren't any problems at all. You're terribly peaceful eyes. He gives a quiet nod. But it's too late for me, Shiki. You said I held myself back before, but I really didn't. Back then, I only stopped because you became afraid of me. Many people have been afraid of me, like a monster. I didn't feel anything when hated or feared. It's really strange, you know. I really didn't want you to look at me like I was a monster. But I am a monster no matter how you look at me. He forces out that I laugh. No, it just happened so fast. I was just surprised. That's a lie. That's a lie I can't even fool myself with. Agui painfully looks away. As I told me before, that you only hurt the other person when you tell lies that you can't even deceive yourself with. That's why I stopped for an instant. I was scared of you looking at me like that. I would break apart. You look at me like that and abuse you too. So, I won't see you anymore. Oh. Let's say goodbye here, Shiki. We probably associated too much with each other. He turns around swiftly. He says this while trying not to look at me. Associated too much, huh? Maybe that's true. For both me and Arcuit. If we never knew much about each other, this would never happen. I would just have returned to my normal life. And she would have probably kept going by herself. You're right. Maybe we have associated too much already. But we're fine like that. Because isn't always being by yourself lonely? Agui doesn't answer. She looks so vulnerable. I want to embrace her and support her. And to be honest, I really enjoyed these past few days. I almost died, but it wasn't all bad. So let me help you until the very end. How could I sleep if I knew I left you alone? No, you don't have to worry about me. I will kill Roa no matter what. I will destroy him. And if it kills me, then enough already, Shiki. The city will soon return to normal, so you don't have to worry anymore. Boys, as she fades away from me, there's no trace of her usual brightness. I can't bear this anymore. I'm going to stop acting like this. Yet, it's not what I was worried about. Saying that, I draw closer to her. Ah, Margaret tries to escape. I grab her arm from behind and make her turn around. You don't understand me unless I'm direct. I'll be direct. Look, I didn't agree to help you to stop the vampire in the city. I really don't have any fine ideals as just protecting the city I live in. Right? I was only fooling myself. Reason isn't anywhere near to being that noble. I just like you. I wanted to help you, so I agreed to help you. Now, I just can't leave you. I reveal it all, and I embrace Arcuit straight on. Her gasp is one of resistance. She simply stands there in astonishment, accepting my embrace. Thump. There's nothing wrong with you wanting to drink my blood. Thump. Cheeky, it hurts. My arms hurt. Thump. Doesn't make it even. Because Thump. I've always wanted you to. And now, I'm consumed with passion just hearing your heartbeat. Thump. From her arms I hold, from her body up against mine, I can feel the beating of her heart. No, Shiki, that's just... right now, it's only a whim of yours. Thump, thump. Just hearing the sound. We want to hug her to death. Even so, and if I love you right now, Arcade, that is my truth. I don't care about what happens later. Thump. Or do you hate me? Thump. Heartbeat skips. No, I can't answer that. Heartbeat stops. Its place, her arms wrap around my back like falling rain. At first, just gently, then hard as if answering me. Her arms squeeze my body into hers. Our embrace lasted only an instant. I don't even know which one of us separated first. But, as if we planned it, we both let go. He blushes, looking away. There's only about an hour until dawn. As the night ends, so does Arquid's time. But I can't bear parting with her anymore. It can be forgiven right now. I want to. My room. Huh? Can we go to my room? If you say you're going to protect me, I don't want you to go back. My hesitant voice. Even I can understand what she means. And wordlessly, I walk with Arcade to her room.